Good afternoon and welcome to the group exhibit Hydrogen and Fuel Cells at Hanover Fair 2012. Please do come in, sit down. We've got plenty of room and the drinks are on the house. So we have an interesting talk for you right now titled New Name, New Visions, Strong Traditions. With me I have Torgeir Meland Landaas, the CEO of NEL Hydrogen. Please join me on welcoming him on stage.
Thank you.
So welcome. That is an interesting slogan that you've got there, new name, new visions, strong traditions. Could you please elaborate on what this topic means to your company?
I think it means a lot to us. I can start with the last one, strong traditions. We have been in this market for 85 years. The history started in 1927 in a company called Norsk Hydro. And the history went that we got new owners last year. So we totally changed the company from focusing to be in Hydro and then Statoil as a developing company and a company for positioning in the future hydrogen economy. We became more industrialized company, focusing more on business, which also our results from last year shows quite clear.
Right, so as I understand, before you were a department, a section of a larger company, and now you are owned by equity owners that you are the main business.
Yes, that's correct.
So what kind of advantages does this have for you, both as a company and for your customers?
I think coming out of a big system where you are quite a small part, we are now the main part and we have all the focus from our owner. We have the capital we need for good projects, as long as it's profitable, of course. And I think also for our customer, it's much more easy to get to us now than it was before. We are, I would say, more flexible as a small company than we were in that big unit, and we can turn quite fast around in order to satisfy our customer.
There also, since you had this change, there's been a significant shift in the economics of your company. What specifically has changed?
I think we have pretty much changed the focus and become a real industrial business. So I think the figures can tell the history for themselves. In 2008, the company had a turnover of about 7 million euro. In 2011, we have above 20 million euro, and also with quite a substantial profit, and EBIT of 8% last year. And
congratulations.
Thank you very much. And I'm actually proud of that because I think we are at least one of the few in the electrolyzer business and in the hydrogen business that actually make money.
That's a fantastic thing to brag about. So, yeah, it's definitely worth mentioning.
Thank you.
So, well, how did you go about achieving this? I know it's a little strange to ask if you have any advice for your competitors or other companies that are in that kind of part where they're just trying to become profitable. Do you have any specific advice for anyone trying to do that?
I think every company has to find their own way towards a profitable business. But the important thing is, of course, to focus on the business itself. It might be that some of the things we are doing is not that sexy, serving a traditional industry. But do our market work the proper way, get along the projects which are profitable, and execute those projects in a good way, then we actually get some money left.
You have money. If you make money, then you can do things with it and continue to grow.
Yes, of course.
So let's talk more about your technology. What is the fuel cell architecture that you use in your company?
Our technology is based on an alkaline process, so it's an alkaline electrolyzer. Our main product is producing the hydrogen at almost atmospheric pressure. It's a technology that we have used for a number of years, even though we have improved it. The last improvement was introduced just 1.5 years ago with a new cell construction in the electrolyzer. But I think throughout the year, this product has been proven to be very good, very reliable, very useful for large-scale applications. They run for 30 years or something like that. The only thing you have to do is change the cell stack from time to time. That we'll see every 10th year or so.
Right, that's a very durable system. What's the size of a typical system?
Typical system from us will be from about 100 normal cubic meter per hour up till the largest one we is about to deliver this year is 3,000 normal cubic meter per hour.
That's a lot of hydrogen production.
That's a lot of hydrogen.
Is there anyone else in the industry that you know of that produces systems that produce hydrogen at that rate?
At the moment, there is no other who is delivering systems at that range or have delivered system at that range.
What type of applications? Who needs that much hydrogen?
That has been to the clean tech industry, to processing of silicon to polysilicon as the basis of the solar industry.
And are there any other heavy industry applications that you tend to see your product used in?
At the moment, those are the customers that use that large scale of hydrogen. But we are now seeing coming up a lot of projects connected to renewable energy, more specific connected to biofuel and synthetic fuel projects, methanol production, things like that.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about how long your product has been used and how stable it is for how many years. So how many have you put out there in the field?
All in all, since 1927, it's about 530. If you just take the modern time, let's say since 1970, it's about 200 systems, and of those, more than 100 is still in production today.
Great. So we talked a little bit how long they'll last. Do you have any idea how the longest continuous operation unit you've got out there?
No, I don't have that figure in my head, but it's about almost 40 years.
That's quite impressive. So you touched on this briefly that you're going more towards the clean tech industry, and that your systems could be well suited to be used when there's green energy behind it. So the hydrogen production will only be green if you have the electricity driving it is from a sustainable source. So what kind of do you see any current applications where it's being used in that sense? And if not, why not?
So far, there hasn't really been real industrial projects connected to renewables. But I can say that we are working together with some others on projects probably being realized the next few years.
What type of projects could you speak a little bit more towards solar, like at the farm scale, utility scale, or more decentralized systems?
No, most probably these projects are connected to biofuel and synthetic fuel projects. So, with the utilization of wind and solar.
Okay, can you kind of paint a picture of what that would look like?
First of all, it will be huge.
Okay.
We are talking about hydrogen production in the scale of maybe 50,000 normal cubic meter per hour, maybe 100,000, maybe even more.
So you would have it, your system at a central location, and you would have the wind and solar at different locations, and you would be connected to the grid to produce hydrogen as energy, or would you have your systems near to where things are being produced?
You could see, I guess you can see both alternatives, but I think most probably they will be linked together. The distance not that far away from each other.
Okay, more efficient. At this time, I'd like to welcome any questions from the audience that there might be. There's a lot of experience to draw on from this company, and it might be worth seeing if you can follow their path. Any questions at the moment? Right. Well, I'd like to move on to a slightly different topic. Your company has been involved with in the past with with hydrogen refueling stations. You're actually one of the first to do this, or were you the first to do this?
Yes. I don't know if we were the first to make a hydrogen station, but I know that we were the first one to deliver one that was publicly available in Iceland. That was back in 2005, I think. Was it? No. Okay. But talking about that particular market, at the moment we have a little problem seeing the profitability in delivering hydrogen stations in general. And our company has more decided to focus on the production part. So it will be a very interesting market with time to come, and I think it will be a very good profitability also in that market. But I think it still will be some years before we are at that stage. And in the meantime, we will focus on what we can best. It's to make equipment that produce hydrogen to the industry or to the large scale, saying that we also will, I can say that we during this year will launch a product that probably will fit the hydrogen stations quite well, but that's only the production side.
Okay. So if hydrogen refueling stations do suddenly take off, if there's loads of vehicles, you're ready to go then? You've got a load of experience with that.
We have the technology, we have the experience, yes, that's correct. We can be a part in the market.
Yeah, it's a business decision. So in your opinion, is there any main stumbling blocks to having this deployed? Like you're waiting for other people to have their technology ready. Do you see any roadblocks why it's been taking so long?
I don't know, but this is going to a hydrogen economy, especially in the transport sector, is a very huge step, technology-wise, but also I think for people in general. And you will first need to have a lot of cars out there before you need a lot of stations. And at the moment, most of those projects are demonstration projects. They are supported by the government, and it's not easy to earn money as a commercial company going into that.
And obviously, you're in the business of being a commercial company, and which you've managed to do quite well recently. And so, congratulations again on that. If there's no more questions, yes, okay.
Hi, you mentioned biofuels direction. Are you involved with the waste industry as well, using your alkaline electrolyzer?
No, we have not been involved in that kind of industry, no.
Is there any reason why not?
If I could have a good project, I would probably be there. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Right. Well, please join me in thanking our wonderful speaker here. And if you have any questions for him further, then he is at B63, which is just on the corner right there, NEL Hydrogen, along with the rest of his colleagues. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Please do stick around. The next talk will be on Jupiter fuel cell systems for smart grid and off-grid power. We have Mark U. Oswald here from Future E Fuel Cell Solutions. Thank you.